We're going to now take a look at the cut order. The cut order could be toggled on and off by typing the letter C. That is going to display a number inside and centered on the part. The number is the order that they are going to cut. So in this case, we are going to be cutting through from part number 1 to part number 12. To automatically set the order, we have certain options that we're able to set within the settings. And currently we have the cut order set to be square footage. So that is why we have it currently seeing that all the small parts are being cut first, then we're moving on to the larger parts. That typically is best for vacuum hold down and overall cutting. It is also a possibility that moving from the left to right might give us better options for hold down. So we're going to set that from left to right. And we also might want to change the plunge point to the upper right. Once those settings are made, again, the left to right, going to close. We will then re-nest. And we see it is coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's moving the parts from the left side off to the right side. And we see the last part over here is number 12. That's the one on the far right. The same thing is applied if we go from bottom to top. So once we re-nest, it's going to cut the parts from the bottom and move their way up to the top. And for that one, you might even want to set the plunge point to the upper left. So we will re-nest and view what this is. And again, we could see 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is moving from bottom to top in that order. But again, best case is usually smallest parts first, conserve the vacuum, move to the bigger parts. And I'm also going to set the plunge point to be centered. And again, we will rename or re-nest. We could change this cut order by clicking on the parts in the order that we would like to have them cut. So if we select and click on every part, the first part that we end up selecting will be the first part that gets cut. So in other words, the part that we click on last is going to be the last part to be cut. So down here, I did 12, and that was the first part. So if I click on this number 2, we're going to see that number 2 become 12. The 1 is not changed because that is still basically in the same order, but you could see what was 12 became 11, what was 11 became 10. So as we are moving around and selecting some of these parts, we could also change the plunge point as we are selecting these. So if we hold the letter A down, as we click on each one of these parts, we're also able to change where that plunge point is going. So as it turns out, so far I've not changed where the plunge point is. Up until this one right here, I want the plunge point to be down here. So I'm going to click down, and we could see how that plunge point is being changed around. And that is one way to help with vacuum hold down. You have to get some practice with it. And after you see how parts cut and the parts in the motion that does cause things in small parts to move, we're able to reconfigure and relay those parts out.